welcome back to Call of Duty World at War multiplayer, where I'm actually going to properly do the World War I gimmick I did for Black Ops. So rules of this, I'm only allowed to use weapons that would have been around in World War I, and I just came off a practice round of this, so expect me to get my ass kicked, because running at enemies with a bolt-action rifle with a bayonet attached to it while they're using MG42s is not the world's smartest idea. Bloody funny though. Bloody funny to watch though. And I bet the other players were like, what? Seeing some madman run at them with a bayonet. Oh, it's so funny. Oh, bollocks. Also, while we're at it, let's have a look. Quick, find another match. The reason I'm leaving this in, guys, is because this is Call of Duty World at War, and this is what happens to a first-person shooter community after everyone's left. It's entirely populated by die-hard fans, people who cannot buy the later versions of the game, and hackers, like obviously Baby Goose 123 is. So this should be very interesting indeed. In fact, oh, he's on the other team as well. Okay, so we're going to reenact the First World War here and get my ass completely stomped. This ought to be fun. 10 seconds. Actually, I did this gimmick once before. Well, I didn't do this gimmick of World War I weapons. I did a gimmick where me and a friend of mine were playing this, and we were only allowed to use bayonets. But this was back when people still used to play this game, so it was a lot of people in the servers, and it actually became really amusing. Because there was always enough people, like, you could stab a guy and then you get shot, but you'd actually getting quite consistent kills, because you'd always get the first kill. And people would always be like, what? Just questioning the mad idiot with the bayonet running at you. Oh, you're kidding me. No, I don't... See, ladies and gentlemen, when the moderators leave, hackers appear. And it ruins it for the few who remain. Seriously, what the... Okay, this is going to be... Oh my god, really? Why, hackers? Why are you absolutely seriously doing this to me? Wow. This is just... We're gonna stick with this because I would like you to see this. Because this is something that needs to be freaking experienced. Because this is what happens to a first-person shooter community when everybody leaves. I'm only gonna use the bayonet. Yeah, wow. This is just absolutely mental. Also, I'm assuming that these turned on unlimited ammo, knife range. Okay, hacker, what are you doing? Oh, come on. Wow, this is absolutely bollocksing insane. It's slightly impressive that someone can actually do this to a game which supposedly has security systems and safeguards to prevent this from happening. But at the same time, I'll actually redo this Let's Play in a unglitched out hacker server. But at the moment, this is seriously fucking amusing. Wow. This is just insane. Right, I'm just going to only use the bayonet. Because that's what we are about. Also... See, how the hell does... Oh, he's just firing wildly. I was going to say... Oh my god. Really? 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 No, bad. Sorry, sorry, I was just so focused on what the hell was happening. Or at least one thing's like World War I. I'm getting my ass handed to me and making literally no ground or cover or movement whatsoever. This just isn't even amusing. I mean, if he just kept infinite sprint on, it would be amusing in its own retarded kind of way. But the fact that he's just going out of his way to throw all this extra shit in, it just makes it awful to play as. And this is why you need stronger safeguards, and why first-person shooter communities in themselves don't work. I always questioned why Yahtzee, anyone who knows Zero Punctuation, I actually, by the way, very much enjoy it, shout out to it, whatever, all that garbage, and don't give a shit. But he said he never likes first-person shooter games because, like, multiplayer, because there will always be things, oh my god, always be drawbacks in the way of it that will leave it, you know, that will cripple it and make there be no long-lasting appeal of it. And I can see what he means in regards to this situations like this, because everyone else is left, so oh, it's infinite ammo. Okay, I see. So everyone else is left, so it's things like this that will make it, you know, less good for other people. And I can, that's, you, okay. So I can understand now why Yahtzee says that multiplayer games cannot stand up on multiplayer alone, because there will always be factors in the way of multiplayer that will forgive, you know, long-term playing of it. And it's shit like this. Everyone else leaves, go to the next delay for Call of Duties. Everyone forgets about it. The moderators leave, everyone else leaves, and then it gets to the point where this happens, really? Look at the friggin' score, look at this insane spectacle. Yet, because it's not the latest Call of Duty, no one will do content patches for it, no one will stand up and defend it. It's just left as it is. So I'm actually going to keep playing on this server just to talk a bit more about this thing. Might change my loadouts as well to reflect the fact that this is absolutely bullshit. Oh, look at that. 36,000 points to 14,000. That is just insane. This whole thing is insane. Seriously, 0 kills. Look at the other guy, 15,000 points. It's just mad. And I bet this is not the only, you know, game where this has happened to it, when all the moderators and everyone else is left. Let me know in the comments below what other first-person shooter communities have had this happen to them, because I am very much interested now. Because I knew hackers were on this game before, because I used to play zombies, and and you come across hackers all the time. But I was thinking, oh, that's zombies. I mean, you know, you're not gonna replace add anything extra to the Tommy gun. So I was kind of, you know, I knew they existed, but I didn't realize that they'd taken over completely this game. And I must admit, it's kind of disconcerting, really. But yeah, let me know in the comments what other games have had this happen to them, because I bet there are quite a few. Oh no, the hacker is gone. Oh, okay then. Well, I'm not going to go back to the First World War Let's Play, but I'm just going to talk about... Oh no, the hacker's still there. Talk about these issues, because I think they're a serious thing that should be addressed. I mean, look at what's happening here. And in regards to zombies, there was one actually hacker or modder I really appreciated. And I actually he was on my friends list, and I used to actually play with him quite a while. Because, oh, of course he's going to do that. Why not? You know what? I'm just going to throw flares everywhere. Screw it, I've made my own game. This is my own mini game. Stuff you, I'm just throwing flares. I don't care about anything else, just flares. But there was he modded the, you know how in World at War the teleporters cost 1,500 points each to use, and no one would use them because of that factor. He modded them so they would only cost 300 points, which was reasonable. So it made teleporters usable again. He also repaired some of the, you know, more irritating factors in Dire Ice and Shi No Numa, like the, you know, the marshland being too difficult to use, and actually fixed them out a bit. So that was gratefully appreciated. But so there are always good reasons for modders and hackers that have noble intentions. But in this circumstance, I can understand why this guy is obviously doing it, because it makes this game fucking really mind-bogglingly fun for him, because he's got God mode on and he can just run around like a little lunatic maniac. But Whoa, what the hell? Are you serious? I don't really want to be getting XP for playing in a hacking game, but whatever. But as I was saying, so you can understand the good intentions by hackers and stuff, but it's pissing on the other players who actually just want to play. I mean, it's kind of douchey in its own weird sort of way, if you get what I'm saying. I mean, it isn't fun for anyone playing unless you were actually into it. If you had like a dedicated insane server, like fuck, bloody hell, if this was say PC and it was like, you know, listed as the server, you know, super modded hack server extreme, then that would be fine, because it would be like, oh, you want to play on something absolutely batshit insane, that's what you're going to play on. Wow. Okay, he's definitely fixed a few of the fire rates on the guns, so I can understand where he's coming from there. But I can also see the inverse thing about I'm glitching through the walls. This is just batshit. So I can understand where he's coming from there. I'm trying to focus on commentary, but the actual visual of this game is so batshit that it's hard for me to focus. So I can understand what he's trying to... Like, I can understand the need for a good, fun server like this. I mean, if this was fine, this is fine. But it's when it gets in the way of everything else, it just becomes unfair. I mean, I can kind of see where he's coming from that. But it's supposed to be... There are safeguards for a reason. There are safeguards in the bounds of the game. And when people break those safeguards, it just sort of... It makes it unfair for everyone else. Like, I bet 90% of those prestiges I've been coming across are because of hackers and hacked servers. And for people who actually, you know, aren't hackers trying to play the game fairly and legitimately, it's very much pissing on their parade. So, I can kind of see what they're doing from that standpoint. I must admit though, like, there is a cathartic fun in what I'm doing here. Running around with a Tommy gun with unlimited ammunition, just spraying everything and anything, and doing that is actually amusing. I mean, it kind of is. It doesn't mean I approve of it, but it's certainly got its appeal. Though the tank movement controls is insane. Fun menu. What's he doing? Super jump, super sprint, gravity? Oh, he turned gravity back on. Okay. No, wow, I've been promoted again. Cripes, I kind of feel a bit guilty about taking XP from this. I mean, it's kind of a bit douchey. Oh well. Screw it, let's throw grenades. Grenades, 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 grenades. Oh, it's the same again. So yeah. Let me know what you think of this whole thing in the comments below. What do you think of modded first for, like, hackers and modders and the first person shooters and all of these issues? Because I would like to I don't want to get into this, but I'm intrigued enough to ask you guys what you think. Because, really? It's just nuts. And I can appreciate good cathartic fun, but I kind of feel like this is going too far. So, it's a bit like in Black Ops, you know, if you go into combat training or private match, and you mess with the... Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. If you mess with the settings, right? Do I have any new... What's the next weapon I unlock? Just out of interest. 25. 29. 33. Oh, that's the Type 100 next. But, what I want to know, for all in purposes... Oh, sorry, back to it. God's sake, it's so distracting, like, just... I'm having trouble comprehending exactly what I've just been playing. It's that nuts. So, in Black Ops, you can actually, if you go into private match and you go into combat training, you can mess around with the settings. You can turn friction way down, you can turn movement speed way up, you can do all of those little bits and pieces. And it makes it hilarious. I mean, we all know, we've all gotten dual double shotgun. Oh no, the dual shotguns you can get, right? Turn the movement speed up to max, turn the friction down low, and ran around and tried to kill each other with them. And it's hilarious. And I get this is on the same sort of cathartic feel, but I also feel like this has gone a bit too far with his hacking. For example, messing with the XP of the game is a bit off, as well as, I mean, messing with the coding in itself is impressive but wrong at the same time. So I'm gonna leave this guy to his fun adventures and go off and try and film my first World War Let's Play. So, thank you very much for watching this trip into the hacked servers of a dead first-person shooter community that no one plays anymore. Let me know what you think in the comments below, because I do actually read them, guys, you know. I do actually look through all my videos to see if you comment on them. So let me know what you think. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you again in an unmodded server another time.